Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, Just Simply Sports here with me. I am Kaja. If you're new here, I need you to hit that like and subscribe button. If you're not new, you've been here. I appreciate you. Now, you guys, I thought this was a joke. Okay, like I legit thought that this was a complete joke. I thought that Shams had been hacked. I was like, this is completely false. Like they would never trade the Mavericks would never get rid of Luka. Like to me, I'm still actually quite shocked by it. I've been waiting for Shams to actually say something, and he has officially come out and made a statement via ESPN. I'm gonna play this clip and watch it with you guys live, like I always do in real time, because this to me is like mind blowing, so mind blowing.
This deal materialized in the shadows. This came out of nowhere. This is maybe the most stunning trade, definitely that I've been a part of in recent NBA history. As far as it was never clearly out there. And you saw two teams in Rob Pelinka with the Lakers, Dallas Mavericks, Nico Harrison there doing this deal. And I'm told Luka Doncic, Anthony Davis, LeBron James, the players, coaches, a lot of people on both sides with the Mavericks and Lakers had no idea. I can assuredly tell you it's a fact. LeBron James had no idea this was coming. Anthony Davis had no idea this was coming. I'm told Luka Doncic is still stunned about this trade. But when you look at the totality of what just occurred, Luka Doncic is a 25-year-old, like you said, mega star, perennial all NBA player. He's someone that you think of as untouchable, as a guy that's never going to be traded. I'm told that the Mavericks actually approached the Lakers and offered Luka Doncic a few days ago in a trade. Very recently, the Mavericks went out. They knew exactly who they wanted. They wanted Anthony Davis. That's the player that if they were ever going to trade Luka Doncic, if this was even a thought that was going to cross their mind, it was for AD. And so the Mavericks called the Lakers, offered Luka Doncic, and that's when the Lakers had to huddle internally. They've never offered Anthony Davis ever in a trade. But if you're going to get offered Luka Doncic, that's when Jeannie Buss, Rob Pelinka, and that organization, they had to meet. And it's Luka Doncic at the end of the day. And they went out, and he's a 25-year-old player for the next decade. You could look at him as the face of your franchise. And on the other side, with the Mavericks, you have someone who's 31. He's in the prime of his career. He wants to win a championship now. Anthony Davis does. And you pair him with Kyrie Irving, who he's friends with and close with. Jason Kidd coached him on the 2020 championship Lakers. Jared Dudley, there's other members of that coaching staff that he's very close with, and Nico Harrison he has a relationship with through Nike. So you take the curtains back and it makes a lot of sense in many ways. But this coming right now, it's the most stunning trade that I've definitely been a part of.
Shams, I got to backtrack for a minute here. Anthony Davis is 31. He's been in the league 12, 13 years. He's a superstar. Luka Doncic is 25 years old and a perennial MVP candidate who you could make a case has not even hit the prime of his career. Why move him?
I think a few factors. He's going to be Supermax eligible coming up in this upcoming summer, a massive extension. And we have seen Luka Doncic over the last few years deal with injuries. There's been a lot made about his conditioning and how he is, but that's something the Mavericks have had to manage and handle year after year. But at the end of the day, he is Luka Doncic. He is a stud in every way. And that's why it is certainly fascinating that the Mavericks ended up deciding to trade him. But this is clearly something that they feel Anthony Davis is better suited for this team to win a championship. They just lost Derek Lively for an extended period of time, potentially the next 3 months. They lost Maxi Kleber to a fracture in his foot. He was a part of this trade. So you have a clear need at the big spot. You got Kyrie Irving in a trade a couple years ago. He's going to be eligible himself for a massive deal coming up this summer. He's got a player option. So when you think about team building, was having, potential when you look at it, Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic, maybe very similar players. What this team was missing was having that dominant 1A, 1B co-star big man. And at the end of the day, in the NBA, we saw LeBron James, Anthony Davis, they won a championship. Usually when you have a couple bigger players, you have a chance to win. When you have two guards leading the way, clearly the Mavericks feel Anthony Davis is better suited to help them win a championship right now.
Whew, you guys. Please forgive how I look because your girl was getting ready to go to bed. I'm actually coming down with a little something, so I was not prepared. Do not judge me, you guys. Hair tied, no makeup on, okay? Like, this is, I want to give you guys the real. I don't want to come here with no makeup and looking fancy. Nah, this is like, I feel like Shams, like breaking news on my phone. Wait, what? Let me go ahead and talk to you guys. Whew, okay, so it was great to actually hear what Shams had to say when he broke it down in detail and why this actually happened. And it just goes to show that this is a business regardless of anything, this just goes to show this is a business first, and anybody can be traded at any moment in time. I would never have thought Luka would be traded, but then explaining, what Sean said about his contract, his max extension coming up this summer, that's a lot of money. He does have a lot of injuries, like last year in the finals, he played, but he wasn't his best self throughout the playoffs. You could tell he was hurt, he was battling through something, I do feel like him and Kyrie, like that matchup, that team up, that duo um never really took the way we would have thought it would. We have liked for it to, although it started out more rocky and then they kind of got close. Even Kyrie said no, Luka said they would come to his house for family dinners and stuff like that. So they had got actually close, which was nice to hear. In spite of all the things that people have said about Kyrie, in the media and whatnot. But it never really took the way we would have liked it to, I guess. And then we saw in the finals, I guess it was obvious they needed more. You know what I mean? They definitely needed more to beat the Celtics, and putting AD there with the healthy Derek Lively, I think is great. Now for me, on the Maverick side of it, this means that Kyrie definitely has to step up now in terms of being that prolific guard that we know he can be, because it's no more Luka there to bail them out. To me, also, this means that you're going to have the supporting cast really show up now. This means that it opens up the pathway more so for PJ Washington to really show what he can give you. Aside from PJ, Clay is going to have to be more consistent. There's some nights that he does great. He's the Clay of old. You see him knocking down his threes. He's feeling comfortable. He's feeling great. The other games, he's a little bit more quiet, like he was in the Warriors the past couple of seasons. You know what I mean? So that's great. I love Hardy. I want to see more of him and what he can do. Grimes is in there looking pretty good sometimes. So I don't know if the West is so stacked. I mean, it's so stacked. There is so much talent. And I feel like these teams are literally separated between 2 to 3 games. Like any team could be in fourth place and then lose 1 or 2 games and be in eighth just that quick. You know what I mean? That's how stacked it is. Now, on the Lakers side of it, LeBron has openly said that he loves Luka and he's one of his favorite players in the NBA. So to me, this tells me LeBron is definitely looking to retire sooner than later. Because to me, to get rid of Anthony Davis, who I do believe that they do love and respect, you know what I mean, and to do this without LeBron's blessing and to even talk to him about something like this tells me they are really trying to go for that last championship while they have LeBron at his older age, as everybody keeps pointing out, at his older age, and they're really trying to capitalize on this moment and making sure they can get LeBron that 5th championship by bringing in someone like Luka. And it also sets them up for the future, because after LeBron leaves, who better to hand the reins over to than a Luka who is 25, who hasn't even reached his full potential. Even in the finals, thing about him, and he was hurt, he was still giving you what most players can't, completely healthy. You know what I mean? So he was still more, to me, he was more impactful than Kyrie was in the finals, and Kyrie was healthy. You know what I mean? So that's going to show you. And without Luka in the lineup, the Mavericks have lost majority of games without Luka. You know what I mean? That's just a fact. But for the Lakers, we really got to see AR these past, a few games after D'Angelo got traded to the back to Brooklyn. We really got to see AR really come into his own. We saw how for me, I saw how D'Lo leaving opened up AR, and it opened up a little more the offense. You know what I mean? AR stepped up in terms of points. He stepped up in terms of assists, and I really got to see. I'm oh wow, he's capable of more than what I thought he was. Because before, for me, I was wow, he seems so inconsistent. You know what I mean? But I guess it's because he had to kind of split and share with D'Angelo. With him not being there, it's just more AR. So I wonder how adding someone like Luka affects someone like AR, who was really, really doing great. You know what I mean? Max Christie, he had such a great night tonight. He was so great against the Knicks. I'm like, he's probably like, wait, what? Like, if none of these players to have any idea, I'm completely shocked. Along with, I think, the millions of basketball fans, I could only imagine if I'm at home and I'm Luka with my wife and my kid, or I'm AD and I'm resting up, getting healthy, ready to come back and compete. And I'm like breaking news, like when my agent calls, like, hey, you going to Dallas, pack up, we need you to ship out, Monday or whatever have you. That to me is so crazy, you guys. But it just goes to show like this is a business first. It is a business first and always. Nobody is safe. I do say for the Lakers, right? Because Luka and AD both have a tendency at times to be healthy and to not be healthy. When AD is healthy, he is a dominant player. I don't even understand how he hasn't won Defensive Player of the Year yet. That's none of my business. I'm gonna leave that alone. Luka, his conditioning, maybe being around someone like LeBron day in and day out, will force him to take his conditioning more seriously. They say iron sharpens iron. So being around someone like LeBron, seeing how he works, seeing how he's disciplined, how he trains himself, how he puts so much work in, and how he gives so much to the game to be doing what he's doing at this level, a triple double again tonight against the Knicks at his age. You know what I mean? I think it just really goes to show, hopefully, it really goes to show him what he needs to do and what he needs to take more seriously to have the kind of career that LeBron has had, hopefully. But on the defensive side for the Lakers, I'm worried because, as we all know, defense is a crucial part into winning championships, especially with the young, healthy OKC team. I'm not going to count out the Grizzlies. The Rockets are a defensive team. They're not very strong to me offensively, but they play so hard. They're so gritty. Like they get in there to get in your face. Like you can always compete with anybody to me. You got people who are willing to do the dirty work and they're willing to give you some great defense. You know what I mean? That's just my personal belief. Luka is not one for defense. He's just so dominant offensively. I guess they just said, hey, this is Luka, we're gonna take it. But Texas, no state tax. Lakers, I mean, LA has like the highest state tax. There's just so many differences. This is a bigger market for Luka. So there's so many positives to take away. But for the Lakers, I'm wondering defensively what they're gonna do. Because Gabe Davis to me, excuse me, Gabe Vincent. I was saying Gabe Davis. I'm thinking about football, you guys. That's my bad. My bad. I'm still kind of in NFL. Gabe Vincent to me, he is not one for defense. Austin Reeves, he has his moments, but to me, he doesn't stick out as defense. Vanderbilt, he's hurt. He's not hurt. I'm not sure what's going on with him. He just got back. I don't even see him playing again. So I'm confused on what he's doing. Rui, he's in between. I don't know. Like AD has carried this team so far. Like they have accomplished so much this season alone, off of the strength of just AD. This how strong of a defensive talent he is. I'm just wondering what other pieces they're going to bring in to offset the defensive side of things, or they're just going to bank on strictly offense to take them to the next level. Either way, this to me tells me the Lakers have moved all the way up. You know what I mean? I was like, Lakers not going to win no championship this year. It's not going to happen. You got OKC, you have the Nuggets, you know what I mean? You got the Joker. Now I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. And then on the east, east side, when you get past the west, you still got to get against, Cleveland Cavaliers team that is looking unstoppable this season. And then you got the Celtics, who are a little bit rocky, but they're still the Celtics. So you're not going to count them out. Oh man. You guys, so much to take in, so much to take in. But what do you guys think about this trade? Do you think it was smart for the Lakers and the Mavericks to make this trade? If so, let me know. And if not, let me know that too. I look forward to reading your comments. And of course, I will see you in the next video.